Hey Racers, JonRacer3 today back for a sequel of a tournament you guys all know and love. Today we have 12 American cars versus 12 Japanese cars on the 6 lane down to a lane merge piece. That's right, we have a lane merge battle coming to your faces today. We have some beautiful cars here lined up and ready to race. Now if you guys have never seen my battle videos with Hot Wheels, the way this is going to work is each team is going to face off their opponent once, and then after the first round we will see how many cars are on each team, and then I will explain the rules from there. So go ahead, take a look at all of these beautiful cars that we have here today, about to battle each other to see which country is superior in the automotive world. We have America versus Japan. That's right. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get started. First up, we have the Corvette ZR1 convertible versus the Honda S2000. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's going to be the Corvette ZR1 beating out the Honda S2000. Next up, we have a Datsun 510 wagon versus a Greenwood Corvette. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's going to be the Datsun beating out the Corvette. Next up, we have a red Corvette versus the Hot Wheels ID Nissan GTR. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and both cars are going to have an awful crash. Unfortunately, the GTR goes off of the track, so we're going to have to re-race. Alright, I made a modification to the track, so the cars are now going to be starting on the outside and have less of a chance of flying off the table. So let's go ahead and see who gets farther. Will it be Japan or America? 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's going to be the USA in the Corvette taking the win. Here we go. Now we got a Matchbox Ford Mustang versus a Hot Wheels Honda Civic. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and the Mustang is going to wreck himself out. That is an awful crash, and it's going to leave the Civic to take the win. Next up, we have a Nissan GTR R34 versus an old Ford Mustang. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and both cars are going to wipe out on the merger, but it's going to be the GTR staying ahead of the Mustang. Next up, we have a Nissan Silvia S13 versus a Ford GT. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's an awful wreck. Well, not really. The Silvia tries to wreck out the Ford GT, but it is not enough because the Ford GT stays on the track and takes the win. Next up, we've got a Nissan 300ZX versus an old Ford GT40. 3, 2, 1. Look at that Ford GT go, staying on the track easily. Gonna take the win over the Nissan. Next up, we have a Nissan 180SX Type X with the Forza livery versus one of the Forza cover cars, the Ford GT. 3, 2, 1. That Nissan is fast, and it's fast enough to beat out the Ford GT. Next up, we have a Mazda RX-7 versus a Dodge Viper. 3, 2, 1. A bad start for the Viper. Can he get around? No, he cannot. The Mazda RX-7 is going to take the win. Next up, we've got a Toyota Supra versus a Dodge Charger. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Look at that, is an awful crash from both cars. Sadly, the Supra is going to stay in front and beat out Dom's Charger. Next up, we have a Mazda MX-5 Miata versus a Dodge Demon. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. That Mazda is so much faster than the Dodge. He almost loses it, and the Dodge almost takes it back, but the Mazda is going to stay ahead. Next up, we have a Dodge Charger versus an S2000, both red beauties. This will be the end of the first round. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and the S2000 is going to be able to stay ahead of the Dodge, taking the win. Here you guys have it, is an 8v4. Japan currently dominating over the United States. Now, the way this is going to work, if you guys have never seen this before, is the Datsun is going to go up against the Corvette. If the Corvette wins, the Corvette will go to the end of the line and face, who is that going to be? The Mazda, and the Datsun's going to be eliminated. We'll do this until either the teams are even or Japan has won it. I interrupt this program to let you guys know about my Instagram page. Now on my Instagram, I post a lot of fun Hot Wheels and behind the scenes content, even thumbnails for upcoming videos and thumbnails that didn't make the cut. So if you want to see some awesome Hot Wheels content and maybe even some Forza content coming in the future, make sure you go click the link in the description, follow me on Instagram. It would be greatly appreciated, and that is all I wanted to say. So go ahead, check the Instagram, and now back to your scheduled video. Here we go, round 1 of round 2. We've got the Corvette versus the Datsun. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, it is a close one. The Datsun wrecks the Corvette, but the Corvette's able to stay ahead of the Datsun. Corvette's moving on. Next up, we have a Honda Civic versus a Corvette. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Corvette with an insane move is going to spin across all the other lanes of traffic, beating out that Honda Civic. Look at that, America is bringing it back. Next up, we got a Ford GT versus a Nissan Skyline. 3, 2, 1. The Ford GT is easily going to stay ahead of the Skyline. America is dominating right now. Next up, for America, we got the Ford GT40, and for Japan, we have the Nissan 180SX Type X with the Forza Horizon 4 paint on it. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Ford GT is going to blow by that Nissan. Not even close. And just like that, the score is all tied up. Can America bring it back? We're about to find out. The Corvette's back again, going up against the Mazda RX-7. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Corvette's going to beat out the Mazda RX-7. Next up, we got a Mazda MX-5 versus a Corvette. 3, 2, 1. And the Corvette's going to beat out the MX-5 too. Man, these Corvettes have been fast. Next up is the red S2000 versus the red Ford GT. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the S2000 is going to do a cool flip move, beating out the Ford GT and taking one back for Japan. Is this their comeback king? And finally, we have the Toyota Supra versus the Ford GT. 3, 2, 1. And it's not even, oh, it is actually very close, but the Ford GT manages to stay ahead in front of the Supra, taking it for the America, making it 3 to 1. It is not looking good for this S2000 for Japan. The S2000 has to defeat all 3 of these American cars to make Japan be your victor today. First, up against the Corvette ZR1 convertible. Japan's got the outside. Can he take it in 3, 2, 1? Oh, it does not look like it. Both cars are going to wipe out, but the S2000 is going to finish on his back again, beating out the Corvette. It's now 2 to 1. Can Japan bring it back? Japan now on the inside. Can he be claimed the comeback king? 3, 2, 1. It does not look like it. The S2000 gave it his all, but the Corvette is going to win it for Team USA. And there you have it. America has beat out Japan. Now we only have one more race. America has won, but we're going to see who the fastest America car is. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that was an awful wreck. The Ford GT is launched off the track, which leaves the red Corvette to be a winner of the tournament today, and we'll be moving on to the Tournament of Champions later this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more battles like this, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace!